You've begged God to take it away, to silence the cravings, to erase the shame, to make the struggle with lust vanish. But He hasn't, and deep down that terrifies you. You wonder why a holy God would allow something so unholy to linger in the life of someone. He's called someone, He's anointed someone like you. The truth that you're afraid to say out loud is this: the struggle didn't come to destroy you, it came to reveal you. God isn't ignoring your cries, He's using the fire to form what couldn't grow in ease. Because what if the hidden truth is this: your struggle with lust isn't just about sin, it's about surrender. You've conquered things in the public, but God is after your private life, the part no one sees, the one that smiles in worship but flinches in silence. You ask for deliverance, but He's demanding dependence, not because He wants you to suffer, but because He's more concerned with your heart than your image. And here's the shocking part. God sometimes allows the thorn to remain because it keeps you near the cross, like Paul in 2 Corinthians 12:9. Grace isn't proven in perfection, but in weakness. You want freedom, but God wants intimacy. You're trying to manage your impulses. He's trying to uproot your idols. Lust isn't just a battle of flesh. It's a war for ownership. Who owns your late nights? Who owns your loneliness? Who owns your scrolling, your boredom, your need to feel wanted? Lust only thrives in shadows, and God is bringing you into the light, not to shame you, but to expose every hidden agreement you've made with the enemy. In secret, you thought this was just a habit, but it's a doorway. You believed you could handle it, but it's handling you. Romans 6:12 says, "Let not sin reign in your mortal body." But sin doesn't need a throne if you've already given it space. And space is created through compromise, through emotional numbness, through spiritual fatigue. That's why this isn't just about behavior, it's about identity. God didn't choose you to be clean, He chose you to be consecrated. And consecration doesn't come through one-time prayers, it comes through fire. So every time you fall, every time you run back, every time you feel the ache afterward, it's not condemnation, it's a call back to holiness, a call back to battle. A call back to the one who already knew about the struggle when He chose you. And maybe that's the hidden truth that humbles you most. God knew about the late night scrolls, the silent cravings, the moments no one would see, and He still called you. He still anointed you. He still entrusted you with purpose, knowing that this thorn would press you toward His grace. You don't need to pretend you're not tempted. You need to stop pretending you're fighting alone. God has never been interested in behavior without brokenness. He wants your honesty more than your performance. So bring Him your war, your relapse, your cycle, your silence. Bring Him the part of you that feels disqualified. Because what if the very thing you thought disqualified you was the thing that God would use to break you open and rebuild you in His image? What if the struggle didn't stay because God abandoned you, but because it's still accomplishing something in you? Romans 8:28 says all things work together, including the ugly, the unseen, the shameful. And if you'll stop hiding and start healing, you'll begin to see that the same struggle that once haunted you can become the place of your deepest encounter. Not every deliverance comes instantly. Some come through persistence, through midnight prayers, through accountability, through confession. James 5:16 says healing comes through confession, not concealment. And when you keep lust hidden, you keep healing out. So here's the warning: every time you minimize it, it multiplies. Every time you tolerate it, it tightens. You weren't chosen to be managed by your urges. You were chosen to master them by grace. Your greatest threat is not the temptation itself, it's the silence you keep around it. But God is shattering the silence now. This is your moment. Not the moment you get it all right, but the moment you stop lying to yourself about the war you're in. Stop praying for God to take it away without being willing to lay it down. This is the altar. This is the place, not where you pretend you're perfect, but where you finally admit you're desperate, and desperation is the doorway to deliverance. God isn't withholding freedom, He's waiting for full surrender. You weren't called to fake strength. You were called to reveal glory through the very place you thought you had to hide.